You need to right click on that field, go to configure dictionary. Again, I'm repeating. If you want to create a field, we'll right click on the header, go to configure form layout. But once the field got created and you want to do anything with respect to that field, only to that particular field, not to the other fields. If I want to do anything only on this particular field, then what you can do, you can right click on that field, go to configure dictionary. Okay, so right click on that, go to configure dictionary. So I'm right clicking on the batch field and going to configure dictionary. Even you want to delete this field also, you need to come here only. You can't delete the field from the form layout. You can hide the field from the form. That's it. If you want to delete, you can click on delete column. If you want to make it read only means, see, it's not editable. Let me just show you. I'm checking this read only checkbox. I'll update it. See, it's read only now. If you want to do any change with respect to that particular field only, simply right click on that field, go to configure dictionary. Is it clear? No. Are you guys understanding or not?
Okay,
Yes,
Jay.
Vijay.
Guys, it should not
Yes,
work
Vijay.
like that. You are simply sitting, then I can share you the recordings, right? What is the use of coming to the class then? I can share you the recordings. You have mandatory also. If this mandatory is checked to true, it will become mandatory, which means without filling this data, I can't save this form. It won't allow me to save it. Okay, we can also make it mandatory. Right click on this, go to configure dictionary. If you want to do any change with respect to that particular field, you need to right click on that field, go to configure dictionary. That's it. Okay. So in this case, I want to add the choices. How can I add the choices? So again, same thing, right click on this field, go to configure dictionary. So this is the place where every field will be stored actually. Like every table will be stored in tables. In the same way, dictionary entry is the table where every field will be stored in service. Dictionary entry is the table where every field will be stored in service. So if I scroll down, in order to create the choices, do you see any option to create a choice here?
Yes, the top right side.
Yes.
Yeah,
Create choice from the
not
top right.
Create.
that one. If you scroll down
Yes, sir.
completely, here you have an option known as choices. Okay, here you can add the choices. Okay, all you need to do to create a choice, again I'm telling, if any change with respect to only that particular field, I'm doing some change only in this field, not the other fields, then right click on that field, go to configure dictionary. This is the place where you need to do the changes with respect to that particular field. If you scroll down, here you can add the choices. So here I can add the choices. Let's say batch 1 to 5. This is the label of the choice. I can left click 2 times on this. So configure dictionary, scroll down completely. When you scroll down completely, here you have choices. Either you can click on new to create a new choice, or I can left click 2 times on this. I can add the choice. See, I'm adding the choice batch 1 to 5. So this is the choice label, like how we have table label. That is the choice label. We have value. Value is nothing but the name. You remember in the table when you are creating a table, we have label and name. And what I told you, label is nothing but what we will see. Name is nothing but what system will
Vijay,
understand.
we can't hear you. Yeah.
Now,
Now it is clear.
okay, I think there is an issue with my headphones. So what I'm saying, we have a label and name concept. If you remember in the table, when we are creating a table, we have label concept and we have name concept. When you give the label, name will be automatically populated. What we discussed there, label is what we will see, what humans will see. Name is what ServiceNow will understand. In the choices also, we have that concept rates. Label, value. Label concept and value concept. Label is what we see, value is what system will understand. So for us, it is batch 1 to 5. It will display it as batch 1 to 5. But let's say whatever value you give, that is what system will understand. Clear? So for us, it is batch 1 to 5. But when you're writing the code or when you need to explain to the system, it is one only. It won't understand 1 to 5. Are you getting? No.
Yes,
Yes.
Vijay.
Yes, sir.
Everyone
Yeah.
understands this point. Value is nothing but a kind of name here. Choice name here. Okay, in the same way, I'm creating other choices also. Batch 6 to 10. Send what? And the value can be anything. It's not only 1 to 3, you can give it as batch also. Okay, it can be anything, value can be anything. I'm giving it as 1 to 3, but it can be anything, guys. It can be batch also. You can give batch 6 to 10 also. That's up to you. Okay, but label is what you will see, value is what system will understand. For us it is batch 1 to 5 or batch 6 to 10 or batch 11 to 15, but system will understand it as 1 2 3. When you're writing a code, you should, if you want to fill this, if you want to fill the batch field with batch 1 to 5, you should give batch equal to 1. You should not give batch equal to 1 to 5. System won't understand what is batch 1 to 5. It will understand 1 only. But for us, it is batch 1 to 5. You need to understand that. I hope you guys understood what I'm saying, right?
Yes, Vijay.
We
Yes,
did.
Vijay.
Yes, Vijay.
So, this one you just remember theoretically. I can't show you this practically. We have a service now. Do what is this language? I'll tell you. Service now do supports the multi-language as well. Like let's say you want to see the same form in the Mandarin, I mean Chinese, or you want to see the same form in the Dutch or in some other language like Japanese. Also, it is possible. It will do that. Not in Hindi and not in our languages. ServiceNow do supports a particular language translations. So let's say if you're so this logged in user, whoever is this logged in user, in this case system administrator, if this person's preferred language is English, then it will show it in English. Let's say you want to, there are few people who will understand only Dutch. They won't understand English. Then you can also configure this in the Dutch format, and you need to give the language code of the Dutch, that is DE or NL, something like that. Okay, but in PDI it won't support because there are some paid plugins for that. Okay, you need to install that. That is language. Sequence. What is sequence? Sequence is nothing but after batch 1 to 5 only you want to see batch 6 to 10. After 6 to 10 only you want to see 11 to 15. After 11 to, okay, let me show you practically, then you'll understand. Let me go to the incident table. I'll open this. Let me open a record here. See, we have this channel field or a state field. After new only you can see in progress. After in progress only you can see on hold. After on hold only you can see result. After result only you can see closed and cancel. How this is happening? Because of this sequence. So sequence should be always be a number. Value can be anything, but sequence should always be a number. The lowest number will come first. So I'm giving 100. So this will display first. I'm giving 200. It will display next. If you don't give this sequence, it will arrange it in the alphabetical order. Alphabetical order it will arrange. So the lowest number, it's not necessary you should give 100, 200, 300 only. You can give any number you want. I have a habit of giving it as 100, 200, 300. But you can give 1, 5, 7, 11, anything. The lowest number will come first actually. Sequence is nothing but the order, in which order you want to display it. So the lowest number 100 will display first, then 200 will display next, 300 will display next, 400 next, 500 in the last. Clear? No?
Yes, we
Yes.
did.
Yes, Vijay.
Yes, Vijay.
So let's go to this. Now, if you see this batch, you can see the choices got added. Okay. Again, this is what I'm saying. Saying for us it is batch 1 to 5. What you will see is the label, guys. Not only in the choice case. See, this the table name is showing as snow batches. Table label is showing as snow batches. What you will see, what humans will see is the labels, snow batches. But what system will understand u underscore snow underscore batches? What you see is a tiny name. Even for this field also you have the value. When you right click on this, but what system will understand u underscore tiny underscore name. So let's say I want using code. I know we didn't went till code, but let's imagine I want to populate the batch with 21 to 25. Okay, using code. Then what you need to do, you need, system won't understand the label, so you need to give u underscore batch equal to something like this. What is 21 to 25 means? It's a label. So system won't understand the label. The value of this 21 to 25. What is the value?
5.
5.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5. Let's give it as 5. System will understand the names only, not the labels. Yeah.
Yes, Vijay.
Yes,
So again,
Yes.
I'm telling you, in order to create a choice, right click on that field, guys. Go to configure dictionary. Not only choice, anything respective to that particular field, you can right click on that field, go to configure dictionary, scroll down completely. Here you can add the choices. There is a concept known as label and value. Label is what we see, what we as a human see there. But what system will understand is the value, not the label. System will not understand the label. You can create one more batch label with 1 to 5 that will accept, not with the value. So system will not understand the label. It will understand the value. Sequence is nothing but in which order you want to display. Okay, inactive is nothing but let's say if you make it inactive true, it won't show there. Let's say I'm making batch 1 to 5 as inactive to true. So what happens? It won't display there. You can't see batch 1 to 5 there. So I made inactive true for batch 1 to 5. I can't see that batch 1 to 5 because I have deactivated it. Inactive. Okay, clear? No.
Yes.
Is
Yes.
that
yes, Vijay.
question fast? Let me know. Okay. Now you guys need to help me. Okay. You guys need to help me how to create the choices for the status field. You tell me how can I create the choices for the status field? What should I do?
Right click on
Go to
status.
status and right
So,
click.
right click on the status.
Let's right click on the status. Then
Configure dictionary.
Configure
Configure
dictionary.
dictionary.
again, I'm telling you any change to that particular field. Right click on that field. Go to configure dictionary. Okay.
Go
Scroll
down
down.
choices.
Scroll down.
Here we have
Choices.
choices. So
Yeah.
it means that.
Double click. Okay.
So let's give some choices here. Training started. Oh, why it's
Yes. Sequences. Let's
you
give
can
some
give
that.
any sequence you want, but value can be anything. See, sequence should be a number, always a number, but value can be anything. If you don't give sequence, it will arrange it in the alphabetical order.
Value 2.
2.
200.
Again, that is what I'm saying. You can give any value you want. It's not needed. You should give two only or three only. Okay. So let's say value for training on hold. I can give it as on hold. You can do that. You can give. You can give. It's up to you. But system will understand the value only. You can give anything you want, but system will understand the value only. Understand that. Now you can see the choices got created. For
Yes.
us it is running started, but for system it is one only. For us it is running progress, but for system it is two.
To
For us it is running on hold, but for system it
hold.
is on hold, yeah, something like that. We created on hold. For us it is running completed, but for system it is four. Now,
Oh,
any doubts in creating the choices anyway?
No doubts, Vijay.
Vijay.
No doubt.
Now I'll ask you a doubt. Okay. I have a doubt here. I'll ask you that. So we have a choice. You see none, batch 1 to 5 and all these things. I added batch 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 6 to 10, 11 to 15, 16 to 20, 21 to 25. But I didn't added none. Did I added this none?
No. No.
I didn't added this none. So how this none is coming into the picture? You see in this incident form.
It's auto generated.
Yeah. You see in this incident form. You don't see none here. Do you see none here?
No.
Someone
No.
speaking? Yeah. You don't see none here. So in the same way, I also don't want none here. I don't want none for the batch field. So what should I do? Where should I go first? You tell me. I don't want this none in
Con-
the
Again, we
batch
have to
field. Where
go
should I go?
to
configure
dictionary.
dictionary.
Simple.
Configure
You
dictionary.
need to right click on that, go to configure dictionary. Because any change to that particular field, Right click on that field, go to configure dictionary. How this none is getting added? Let's see. You see, these are the choices I have added. None is getting added from here. You see, whenever you create a choice field, it will be coming with drop down with none. Okay, drop down with none. Clear? No.
Yes,
Yes.
Vijay.
Yes, sir.
I need to select drop down without none. But when I select drop down without none, it is telling something. What is it?
Must
Can you
Must
specify
read?
specify the
default
default
value,
value.
Must specify a
like
default
batch
value.
1 to 5.
Yeah. So if you are removing, let me just tell you what it is. Good. So as of now, what is the default value of the batch?
None.
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 None
None.
is also a choice. We are displaying none. Let's say if you are removing this none, so there are almost one, two, three, four, five, six
5 batches.
choices here, including none. We have six choices. So if you remove none, instead of none, which choice should show here? That you need to tell. That is what they are telling. Drop
Batch
down
1 to
without
5.
none. No, I want to show whatever choice I want to show. I want to show. It's not necessary you want to show batch 1 to 5 only, right? Since you guys
Yes.
belong to batch 22, I want to show 21 to 25. I want
Okay.
to show 21 to 25. I don't want to show batch 1 to 5. See, must specify drop down without none. When you select this drop down without none, what system is telling? Must specify a default value, which means the default value of the batch as of now is none. If you remove this none, instead of none, which value you want to show? Which choice you want to show? I want to show batch 21 to 25 by removing this none. I want to remove this none permanently. In the place of none, I want to keep batch 21 to 25 as a default value. Are you getting it? No.
Yes.
Yes, Vijay.
Yes, sir.
Vijay.
See, again, I'm telling you, the default value of this batch is none. When you create a new record, when you try to create a new record or new form, it will always show none only. The default value of the any choice field will show none. If you don't want to show that none, here you need, it will be by default like this. If you don't want to show none, you need to select drop down without none. But you need to specify a default value. What is it? Can you see default value here anywhere?
The next section. Default value.
Default value. So here I need to specify a default value. Okay. How can I give the, so the default value should be this thing 21 to 25. I want to display this 21 to 25 by removing none. So what should I write here in the default value?
You can write a batch 21 to
Twenty-
25 or give the value
21 to 5.
Value 5.
I need to write value 5 only. Like I told, the system will
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
understand the label. For us, the again I'm telling you strictly, only for us we will understand the label. So here I'm telling to the system only, right? It's not
yes.
me, system. So you should give 5 only because for us it is batch 21 to 25, system will understand 5. So if you don't want none, come here, select drop down without none. If you don't want none, come here, it will be with none. Select drop down without none, but you need to specify a default value. Okay, I'm removing none. Instead of none, show me this file. Simple. If you don't give the default value, it won't remove none. It will still show none only. Okay. If I go here, refresh the page now. Now you see none is not there and it is showing batch 21 to 25. Clear?
Clear.
Do you see
Yes, sir.
none?
Yes, Vijay.
No, I don't see
No.
none.
No.
If I refresh the page also, it is showing batch 21 to 25. Okay, this is how you create the choices. And yesterday, one of the person asked me, okay, I created a field, but I want to change the type of the field. Where can I do? Again, this change is also respective to that particular field only. Okay, I created a field known as reference. I want to change it to string. Okay, right click on this field, go to configure dictionary, trainee name. I want to change it to string. You see here, when I go to configure dictionary, we have a type known as reference. Change it to what? String. Give me that string. But this won't work every time. See, it is changing to string now. It is no more a reference. See, Clear? I want to change the type. Right click on that field, go to configure dictionary, change the type. But again, I'm telling you, it won't work every time. What do I mean? It won't work every time. Let's say in this case we don't have any data in the table, right? Do you see any data in this table?
No.
In
No.
this field we don't have any data, so that's why it is allowing. So, but few times what happens, it will be having some data, then it won't allow. You need to clear the data, then only you can change the field type. Okay, because the data is there. So again, I'll change it back to reference. Right click on this field, go to configure dictionary. You guys understood this or not? Somebody yesterday asked me, I don't know who asked me yesterday. They asked
Yeah,
me, when
yeah,
you're
okay.
creating a field, yeah, I unfortunately given as some type, can I change the type of the field? You can change it. See, it is string now. I'll change it to reference again. What is that reference? But it should not contain. Yeah, which table it should refer? It should refer to the user table. That's the reason why I don't want to say all these things is you will be confused. I don't want to do that. That's why. There are a lot of things I can explain here itself only. That's the reason I won't tell you these things. Okay, is this clear, everyone? Do you have any doubts still here? Any small doubt you are having?
Not clear.
But why nobody is asking the questions, I am not getting? Because let's say I told you, guys, I told you, when you're creating a table, yesterday I told you, I thought someone will ask me this question and nobody asked. When you're creating a table, let's say I'm creating a new table. Okay. I'm giving the table label as, let's say, something like XXXXX, something like this. Let's say I don't want to create a module. I unchecked it. Then how do you go to the list view of the table or form view of this table? Nobody asked me this because if you won't create a module, it won't create a module here. See, in this case, in the snow batches case, I check this create module checkbox to true. In the snow batches table case, in the table of snow batches, we check this create module checkbox. So that's the reason you can see this menu on module. That's the reason when I click on this, it is redirecting you to the list view. From there, you are going to the form view. Okay. But what if I uncheck this create module checkbox? Then how do you go to the list view or form view of that table?
Table name dot list.
Who is that?
Vishnu here.
Okay, you know because you already went through some trainings or service. Now, what about other people? Nobody asked this yesterday. Okay. Then what you can do? Simple. Name of the table. What is the name of the table? Paste it in the filter navigator. .list. .list. When you use .list in the small letters, it will open in this tab only. Here only. .list. But let's say you want to open it in the new tab. New tab, you can keep dot capital list. Dot capital list. Hit enter. It will open it in the new tab. New tab. Here. Okay, table name dot list. Let's say I want to go to the form directly. Then you can do control V dot do. When you do dot do, it will open the form directly. Form. Like this you can go. Okay? Clear? Everyone? Any doubts here?
Clear.
Yes, Vijay.
Okay. Now let's see. You see these notes, related records, resolution information. Can you see this?
Yes.
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 These are called as sections.
Yes, Vijay.
Sections in service now. Let's see how to create these sections. Here, in this form. In the snow batches also, I want to create these sections like notes, related records, resolution information. I want to create my own section here. I want to keep that. Okay. In this form, I want to create these kind of sections. Let's see how to create. In that sections also, you'll have fields only, nothing else. So, can anyone tell me? I want to create a field in the snow batches table. What should I do? Quick. I want to create a field in the snow batches table. What should I do?
You can configure the layout again.
We need to go to the supervisor
Hmm?
table.
So what should I do? Tell me. I was in here. I need to go to the snow batches table means what should I do? What should I type
You
here?
can
You tell me
snow
that.
batches.
Snow batches.
Batch.
We can type snow batches.
Snow batches.
Or I need to go to tables.
Snow batches.
Snow batches.
Snow batches. No need. Snow batches.
Then
Open snow batches.
Click on the snow batches.
okay.
Click on new.
Click on new.
Then
Right click
You can
Right click
on
on
the
the header.
header.
right click on the header. Then
Configure.
Configure.
Form
Form,
layout.
Form layout.
form layout or form design.
don't go for form design as of now. Go for form layout. You can go for using your form builder also. You can create the field going to dictionary also. You can create the field going to the tables also. You can create a field from the backend also. But learn one way first. Then you can see the form design and form builder and other things. There are multiple ways you can do. Okay, we have available and we have selected. We already discussed about this. Available means these fields are available in the table, but when you bring it to the selected, then only they will be displayed on the form. We have create new field to create a new field. We know this, but to create a section, we have this. You see, section, form view and
Yes.
section. Yes. So sections are nothing but again these things. What you see here, we can call it as sections. Okay. So these kind of things are known as sections. Related records, resolution, information, notes are sections. Okay. Whenever you create a table, a by default section will be created with the name of the table, snow batches. Label of the table, snow batches. There only we created all these fields. Okay. Now I want to create a new section. What should I do?
Click
Click
on
on
new.
new.
Click
Snow
on
batches.
new.
From new.
New. Try to explore on your own only majority of the times because if see there are a lot of things. It's very vast. Savishna is very vast. Even for me having this experience, I'll be getting a lot of new things. So we need try to explore only few times. Then because the UI is like that, it's user friendly. Just click on new. I'll just give some name. Let's say what name I can give. I'll give tiny details. I'll give it as a name of the section I'm giving. See, click on new. Give the name of the section as tiny details. I'm just giving some name. Click on OK. It created a section known as tiny details. In this section, you need to add the fields. Clear? Because this is a section. This is a section. In this section, we have knowledge, resolution code, resolution notes, resolved by resolved. We have this section where we have some fields, right? In the same way, in this section, you want to add some fields. Are you getting? No.
Yes, yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, yes.
This no matches section, we have the fields. But here also I need to add the
Yes, we
fields.
have.
For that, what reason I created this section? So let's add few fields. Let's say I want to know from which organization this person came from. I'll just give it as company or organization. Company. Okay. Company should be a reference field. I'm giving it as a reference because we have a table in service now. Like we use a table, we have a company table available. So there every company will be stored. That's why I'm giving it as a reference field. Okay. So there is a table in service now known as company, like user table, where every company will be stored. Okay.
Okay.
So company reference, adding it in this section, company. I'll give let's say state. I'm giving it as a choice field wantedly. I'll tell you why. I'm giving the state as a choice field wantedly. I'll tell you why. Let's add it. I'll give it as a city. One more field known as city. This is also a choice field. Add it. State, city are choice fields. Let's add one more field, one last field. Let's say what field I can add. That it should be a string field. Let it be little 100. It's a highest qualification. Yeah, I just add it. Now you tell me, I want company and highest qualification on the left side and state and city on the right side. What should I do?
So you can
Yes,
just begin here.
We can keep it at that's it. Split for right side.
Pick
Let's see. So everyone understood how to create a section.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Vijay.
first
Yes,
digit.
Vijay.
So we have created a section, but if you pay attention to this section, it is not looking like this. Is it looking like this in a tabular format? Do you see like that? Yeah,
No.
Mm, no.
and see like that. It's not looking like a tabular format. Reason why? Because we created only one section. That's why it is looking like that. But if you create more than one section, it will look like a tabular format like this. Okay. When there is only one section, it will look like this. But when you create more than one section, it will look like a tabular format like this. So let's try to create one more section. How can I create a section? Anyone?
Right click on field.
Right click on field. Which field do you want me to write?
Right
Right
click on
click on the
header.
header.
Field header. Configure
Configure form layout.
on the
Form layout.
So here I can add a section. Click on
New.
new to create a new section. I'll just give it as record info. We have out of the box fields. If you remember, whenever you create a table, 6 fields will be automatically created. I told. I'm going to add those fields. I'm not interested to create a new fields. Created. I told you whether you guys remember or not. Whenever you create a table, 6 fields will be automatically created. I told you. I'm adding
yes,
those
Yes,
three.
Vijay.
created, updated by
Yeah, these
accounts.
I'll tell you what these are doing. I'll tell you. Maybe tomorrow, not today. Today I need to jump on quickly. I can take it till 8:50 only today. Now you see, it is looking similar to this now.
Yes.
Yeah? Because if there is only
Yes.
one section, it will look like that, or else it won't go. It won't look like that. So till here, anyone having any doubts in the creation of choices or
No, Vijay.
sections?
No, Vijay.
Oh, Vijay.
Now we'll do this kind of exercise. Pay attention. We have this category. We have this subcategory. When I select the category as inquiry help, you see the subcategory choices: antivirus, email, and
Yes.
internal application. Let me change it to software. Do you observe anything here?
Yeah. So you
It
can
is
make
getting
a
Mail
changed.
op.
category.
The subcategory is changing based on the category selection, right?
Yes.
Based on the selection of category, the subcategory is changing. Can you tell me in this case which field is dependent on which field?
Category
Subcategory
field
Software
is dependent on the
category
subcategory.
is
Subcategory is
dependent.
depending on the category.
Subcategory depending
Is
on
category
category.
dependent on subcategory?
No.
Subcategory is
No.
dependent on category,
Yes.
which means
Subcategory
based
is
on the
depending on
selection of
category.
category, subcategory is coming. So
Yes. Keeps on
subcategory is
changing.
dependent on category. I want to do the similar thing here. I want to create three choices in the state field. The three choices are, let's say, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and Karnataka. Okay, I want to create three choices in the state field: Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and Karnataka. And in the city, when I select Andhra Pradesh, I need to see only Vijayawada and Vizag. Okay, are you getting or not? When I select
Yes.
Telangana in the
Yes.
state, in the city, I want to get only Hyderabad and Warangal. When I select Bangalore, Karnataka, I need to see only Bangalore and Mysore. Are you guys understanding this or not?
Yes.
Yes, Vijay.
Yes, Vijay.
Yeah. Once. Just one second. So in this use case, what do you know? You don't know how to make it dependent, but you know something here, right? What do you know?
Adding
City field should
choices.
depend on state field.
City depends on the state. Yes, sir.
You know how to make city dependent on state field?
Right click on city.
No, no. What do you know here? See, you're imagine
Subcategory.
that you are listening it for first time. I know few people already learned few things in service now. That is fine. What about other people? You're telling me the answer directly. Right click on city and go there. What is that? What I'm trying to ask you here is, let's imagine that you don't know anything. Okay, you don't know how to make it dependent. But in this case, what do you know? How much you can do? According to today's class, how much you can do? You can at least create the choices, right? First, you know how to
Yes.
create the choices at least first.
Yes.
That you need to do. Let's create the choices first. Right click on the state, go to configure dictionary. See, you can also create the choices in four different ways. Again, you can go to configure choices also to create the choice. Let's not go there. Right click on this state, go to configure dictionary. Let's create the choices first. You know how to create the choices.
Yes.
So let's
Yes.
scroll down. Let's add
Click
some
on
choices. This is a state field. So let me add few states. Let's say Andhra Pradesh. I'm giving the value as AP. I hate this AP. Sequence is 100. We have Telangana. What is the code of Telangana? Is it TG or
TG.
TE?
TG.
You know Karnataka. KA. Let's add the sequence. So we know how to do this, right? In the state field, you know how to add the choices. In the city
Yes.
field also, I need to know how to add the choices. Again, in the city
Click
also,
on
right click on the
Right
city,
click,
go to
configure
configure.
configure
dictionary.
dictionary.
Go to
Same thing. Let's scroll down
choices.
here. Let's add the choices here. So for
Andhra
Andhra Pradesh,
Pradesh,
let's add
Vijayawada will.
Vizag and Vijayawada. I'll give the value as 1. Sequences 100. Vijayawada. Sequences 200. For Telangana, we have Hyderabad,
Andhra.
Warangal. For Karnataka, we have Bangalore, Mysore. So we know till here actually. Okay, if any requirement comes, not only this, how much you can do first, you do that part, then you go for a help if you want any help from anyone. Okay, so we have created the state, we have created the city, but we didn't make them dependent. So let's say in this case I'm selecting only Andhra Pradesh. I'll see everything because I didn't make this dependent to this field. Okay, so in this case, which field is dependent on which field?
Three field is dependent on
No
state.
field is
Depend on
dependent
state.
on
City should be dependent on state field.
State.
So what you need to do, pay attention here. You need to right click on the city. In this case, city is dependent on the state field. Please right click on the city, go to configure dictionary. See, since city is dependent on the state field, two things you need to do. First thing is we need to make the city field dependent on the state field. That is the first step you need to do. And the second step is we need to make city choices dependent on the state choices. Okay. First step is we need to make the city field dependent on the state field. The city field should be dependent on the state field. The second step is city choices, which means when you select Andhra Pradesh, only Vizag and Vijayawada should come. When you select Telangana, only you should make city choices dependent on the state choices. There are two steps. City field should be dependent on state, then city choices should be dependent on state choices. Clear, everyone? No.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
So in this case, we no need to do anything on the state field. All you need to do is on the city field only. Right click on city, go to configure dictionary. Which field is dependent, you will do there only. Okay. When you go to configure dictionary, you don't see any option to make it dependent. Do you see any option to make it dependent?
Choice list specification.
No, even here you don't see any option. Okay. Initially, you won't see any option, guys. Okay. And here also, you can see in the choices, you can see the updated is the last field. Also, to make this choices dependent, you don't see any option here, right? To make the field dependent also, I don't see any option. To make the choices dependent also, I don't see any option. So what you need to do, here you will get an option dependent field by clicking on advanced view. You need to click on advanced view. When you click on this advanced view, here you will see one more section known as dependent field. By that you can make the field dependent. Here you can make it here you can see one more field known as dependent choice. Okay, clear?
Clear.
Initially,
Yes.
you won't see any option, guys. Again, I'm telling you, initially, we won't see any option. Right click on the city. In this case, we need to make city dependent on state, so don't do anything on state. Which field is dependent? Right click on that field, go to configure dictionary. You won't see any option to make the field dependent or city dependent initially. Click on advanced view. The moment you click on advanced view, here one field will appear, here one section will appear. Let's click on advanced view. Under related links, you need to click on advanced view. Please remember this. People will not remember this. That's why. Let it load completely. Now, do you see any option? You see dependent field.
Yes.
Here also you can see dependent value. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is city. After clicking on advanced view only, you will get these options, or else you won't get. Okay. Click on. Remember to make your field dependent. Right click on that field. Go to configure dictionary. Click on advanced view under related link. So what should I do now? I need to check this. On which field I need to make it dependent. Here I am getting all the fields of snow batches table. On which field I need to make it dependent, guys?
City.
I was
City.
in city.
State.
I was on city only. I
State.
need to make it dependent on state field. Right? Are you
Yes.
guys
Yes.
confused?
No, Vijay. It's clear.
No.
We
Hmm.
right clicked on city and we came to configure dictionary. Right? Okay. State field. So field dependency is done. First step is done. Field dependency is done. What is the next step? We have
Choices.
to
Debug.
choices
Yes.
also we need to make it dependent. Okay. So if you scroll down, so we need to give the dependent value of the state. In the state, when I select when Vizag and Vijayawada should come.
Andhra Pradesh.
When we select Andhra Pradesh in the
Yes.
state field, then Vizag and Vijayawada should come. So for us it is Andhra Pradesh, but for system what it is?
Value. One.
Yeah. One.
Value
AP.
AP. Okay. So in the this dependent value is nothing but whatever dependent field you have given here, that field value it will take. So let me explain you like this. Let's go to snow batches table. Let's click on new. So what happens now? We made the city dependent on the state field. Now let's say when I select Andhra Pradesh, I can see only Vizag and Vijayawada. Reason why I can see Vizag and Vijayawada? Because here we have told the system this city field should be dependent on the state field. But in the state, when you select AP is nothing but what? Andhra Pradesh. Value of this field choice. Okay, Andhra Pradesh backend value is AP. That's why value of this choice. Okay, in the state when you select Andhra Pradesh, I want to display only these two choices. Okay, but when you select let's say Telangana, you don't get anything because you didn't told the system. Have you told the system here? When I
No.
select Telangana, what should come? So
Hmm.
Hyderabad and Warangal should come when?
When we select
TG.
Telangana. TG.
TG.
TG. Give that value of that because I told you system won't understand the label, it will understand the values only. So TG. If I go here, refresh the page. Now you see Andhra Pradesh I'll get only Vizag Vijayawada. Telangana I'll get Hyderabad Warangal. But for Karnataka again you don't get anything. Why?
I haven't
Because I
configured
didn't
yet.
told
You
you
need
have
to
configured
give
it.
the value.
So let's give the value that is KA Karnataka. So please try to understand again. So now it will work as expected. I think I'm going little fast. I don't know. Few of you already knows it, so that's why I'm going fast. You see Andhra Pradesh, Vizag, Vijayawada. When I select Telangana, Hyderabad and Warangal. When I select Karnataka, I'm getting Bangalore and Mysore. How this is happening? So in this, see, whenever a scenario comes like this, you identify there are two fields here. Which field is dependent on which field? In this case, city is dependent on state
On
field.
state.
Don't do anything on the state. First, you know how to create the choices. You create the choice in the state field, also in the city field. Identify which field is dependent on which field. So in this case, city is dependent on state field. Don't do anything on the state. Right click on city. Which field is dependent? Right click on that field. Go to configure dictionary. When you go to configure dictionary, you don't see these options. Dependent field you don't see. Dependent value you won't see. Click on advanced view.
Advanced view.
Under related link, please click on advanced view. When you click on that, you'll get this option. Check this checkbox, make it dependent to that state field, whatever field you want. And the next thing is dependent value. So in this state, which choices? I mean, when you, in this state, by selecting which choice we want which choices. So in this state, when I select the Andhra Pradesh, I want these two. Give it as AP. Give that value, not the label. I hope you guys understood this. No.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So anyone having any doubts? I need to drop off quickly today. Tomorrow I won't take the class. Okay. If you have any doubts, we can speak because I have an interview at 9. I need to drop off for that. So do you guys have any doubts here today?
Now, Vijay.
You join as of now.
Okay.
Vijay, I have one doubt.
Yeah.
You have to